Okay, these should come up in descending order, which they do. There's 423s. Okay, let me see if I can move this down. Ah.
What is this, bronze?
Yes, this is bronze.
Okay.
I can't. This is new software
Yes,
we're
this is
working
new
with here,
software.
by the way. So, a few bumps here and there, but
Yeah,
I can't.
Is it
The
supposed to
software that-
automatically bring them up?
they've made.
Well, I can just do this. Okay.
Okay. So these are all the winners, these ones that we're seeing?
There's
are-
three. There were 3 or 4 with 23. So.
Okay, so we've got Soho View with Debbie Lutz, and Zocalo View by John Schulzinski, excuse me for butchering your name, and View Towards War by Don Cameron, and Swiss Miss by Tom Whitman.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, we got silver, sorry. Let's see, do we have an honor award for silver is
19.
19.
Why
so-
isn't it displaying names though?
Yes, why is
It displayed the names. The
other ones.
yeah.
There it
Oh,
is.
there we go. Courtyard View by Bonnie White, and A View Without a Room by Rustlin Rice.
Okay. Okay, this is 125.
There it is.
Very strange. Whoops.
Go back, Sweetie. University of Pittsburgh Cathedral of Learning by Gerald Meredith.
Okay. Next one is Diamond, 125. Why doesn't it display the name?
It does it after you go to the next one and then comes back and
Yeah.
then it does. It's silly. Okay, Upward Perspective by Monica Schwegman.
Okay, Platinum, 27 is the highest.
And
Hold on.
that is Nighttime Cabin Vista by Gail Winslow.
Woo!
All right, now we'll go to the regular competition.
How many this time?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Wait till the thing comes on. I'm clicking on it.
Okay.
I've often found that works better. Just click a little harder.
Is it a single click or a double click?
It's a single. Okay.
Yeah, our webpage that we get
See?
this off of, they changed the whole system.
It keeps
And
checking
Brooke had- She
names.
was the one that had to figure it all out.
I don't
just-
think they have all the bugs worked out, because this
No?
is,
You might need to send them an email.
yeah.
Patty, if you hit January and then hit January general, oh, there, you had it.
I'm trying to pick it.
I can hear you.
Okay, let me do this. Close them all up and open again.
Click the box up above and then,
Halftime break.
No, like,
yeah, now,
Oops.
now. Oh. Last time that worked.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. There we go. Yay, hold it.
Before anything moves.
Okay.
yeah, so they go to judge stuff.
Check, judge. Yay. Okay, there's 60 images in this one.
Okay. Okay. First image, the Christmas elf. 24.
Beautiful image. Look at that dog. You can see the catch lights in the eyes. You can see the detail of the fur, the garland around his neck, if that's the word we use for that sort of a thing. is nice and crisp, and even in the background, although it's muted and out of focus, it still surrounds the dog and brings you right back to his eyes again, which is where you want to be. Very nice image.
Rockland Furnace. $20.
It's all about the texture on the rocks. The composition is pleasing in that it is a striking angle. The leading lines do lead your eye back into basically nothing to really tickle your eye or look at that is striking. And the sky through the trees is a little bit of a distraction. It's a nice perspective, and there is good texture in it.
Settin' Pretty. $27.
Beautiful image. Everything is sharp. The colors are pretty much spot on. The background is appropriately blurred. Not a whole lot to say about the image as far as suggestions for change. I don't see anything. The subject is the butterfly, and that looks to be in perfect focus.
Irresistible Downtown. $21.
Nice crisp image showing the subject. It's beautifully in focus. I think the exposure is a little light on it. I think a little more black in this would have made it pop a little more, made it a little more detailed. It just seems a little light compared to the way your eye sees it when you're in that sort of position. But it's nicely done. Makes the city look great.
The Orange Boat. $25.
Very painterly. It's not in focus anywhere, but it works anyway because of that painterly effect. It's got great lighting. There may be a little too much nothing towards the very left-hand side of the composition. Could have been a little bit composed a little differently to eliminate some of that empty space, and that is just beautiful.
Okay.
We're gonna name but no picture. What the heck?
Black on black. Big black dandelion.
Go on, Patty.
Maybe we can come back to it at the end and see what's
Maybe we'll come
there.
back to it, or maybe we end up putting it back in next.
Okay.
Next one, Let Me Get That For You. 24.
Very interesting picture with a lot of motion to it, yet the dog's eyes and that area of his head are in good focus. The color is good, the exposure is good, maybe a little hot in the back. Looks like it was taken in the sunshine, but a very interesting photo with the dog and its and the tail coming, going from the head to the tail, and it's just a nicely composed photo.
Happy wife. $19.
Oh, what's not to like? The wife is happy, the presents are all there, she's got a glass of wine. things are good. It is a snapshot, though. I mean, I think we would have to say that it is a snapshot, and it captures a moment in time. Obviously, a happy time, a time that we remembered for years. There's only so much you can do with a quick snap like this. And it's a nice image and a nice remembrance of Christmas, perhaps 2014.
Fall visit to Vietnam African American Memorial. '21.
Frame is full and nicely balanced. The sky and trees in the background are very distracting, not muted enough to make the subjects, the statues, pop. It's very difficult to take a photograph of any other kind of art, including statues, and there's colors or reflections there that are also somewhat unsettling. I don't know if it was post-production, it kind of looks that way, but there's like purples and colors reflecting that are somewhat distracting also.
A little bit of Paris. '20.
It's a monochrome photo of the Eiffel Tower. It has a leading lines in the photo. The sky is very bright, perhaps could be toned down a little bit, and perhaps it could be cropped some more to take some of that negative space out of the top and the top right. The lower part, there's part of a door there. It could have been cropped up a little bit more, or been taken down further, where there might have been some interest in the door on the left, and there's also one behind the tower itself.
Tigris. '23.
This is an interesting piece of art, which originated as a photograph, but obviously has had a post-processing filter applied to it. It's lovely that that burst of red draws your eye right there. You know what the topic or the subject of the image is. You don't have to think about it. Your eye doesn't have to figure out where it's going to go. The crackling effect, sort of a maybe a crackled paint or something of that nature effect, I think lends itself well to this image. The subject has got a little bit of a highlight around it, a little vignetting around that draws your eye right to that image. It's a great technique for taking a picture that you might want to hang on the wall. If you've got a color that you're trying to emphasize in a room, take a picture, make it into something like this. It is a piece of art.
Bugling Bull. '23.
Decisive moment, caught him in mid-bugle, head swept back, great drama in the shot. I don't know, possibly a little longer zoom lens, or being able to really come in more so on the elk and a little less of the surroundings, especially on the right-hand side. There's such a great moment with the animal, and a lot around there that kind of distracts from him. What a place to be at that moment.
It's good to be me. '21.
A nice shot once again of an animal, appears to be well exposed in the sunshine as best it could be. It's sharp around the eye and the rest of the face. The composition is good. As far as changes, I'm not sure I would do much to it. Maybe on the left side, that rock, maybe tone that down, try to tone some of the other areas down, the hot spots, maybe on the head of the animal and in the background.
Lion's Head Lighthouse. $21.
It's nicely done. It appears to have been not tweaked as far as the coloration is concerned. It seems a trifle dull, but I think that might have been as a result of the sort of overcast sky. The water's nice and clear. One tip, if you're taking a picture of a lighthouse, get the light. Better time of day to take it would be just at dusk when the sky has got some real punch to it and the light in the lighthouse would be on.
Cascade. $21.
The water's coming down through a nice Z or zigzag shape that's very pleasing. I don't believe that any of the rocks are sharp. I can't find anything like tack sharp to really focus in on. And it may have been better to recompose with less of the surrounding rock and really zero in on the that nice soft silky water flow as it was captured. It's a nice shutter speed and a nice appearance to that water. I would like to see more of that and less of the surrounding rock.
Santa and Emma. $21.
Once again, another remembrance type shot with Santa's hands in the photo and Emma there holding a bulb, Christmas bulb, and Santa holding her hand. I think this shot could have been cropped. Either it could have gone the other way and got more of Santa in it. Also, could have been cropped more perhaps to take Santa's belly out and just have his hands there, making Emma appear much larger in the photo since she is the subject. Also not sure if Emma is in real tight focus. It's hard to tell, but she may not be.
Open invitation. $20.
Dappled sunlight is a difficult time to take a photograph, but I think this one works. I would have, perhaps in the lower left-hand corner, I would have gotten rid of some of the brightness. That's really hot. But the Spanish moss hanging down from above is illuminated appropriately. You might have darkened that down a little bit. You could have burned that a little bit in post-processing. I like the open window. I think it's an interesting shot. And it looks like it's just a little bit tipped. If you look at that board on the left side, it seems to widen, or to narrow out at the top, which is different from the ordinary. So I think maybe if it had been cropped just a little bit differently, it would have been straight, and that could have been eliminated. But it's an interesting shot. Thank you.
It's old and everybody knows what this is. $20.
Well, it's an interesting and compelling subject. Overall exposure seems a little high and hot. A broader tonal range throughout would have given it a little more impact. It's nicely off-centered, and it is a shot filled with lots of potential and texture and interest.
Summer scene. $23.
This is a well-composed shot. Your eye is led into the photo with the waterway and the reeds in the front. Sky is a little bit light and could be darkened a little bit if it's possible. Everything appears pretty sharp, and this could have been a couple pictures, actually 2 pictures split perhaps in half, and maybe made, the one on the left could have maybe stood alone, not sure, but it'd be something that the maker could experiment with.
Green Monster. $18.
I think this is an interesting image, but it is negatively impacted by the vividness of the blue. I don't know whether it was done under dark light, or I know it's a submerged shot, an underwater shot, but it just seems like the sea urchins or whatever they are in the middle there are way too hot, and the surrounding rocks are too dark. Some midpoint here might have made a more compelling image, and quite honestly, you could have played with this for quite a lot of time, because very few of us would know whether it was exactly right or not. But I just think you've got too much bright and too much dark, and it's hard to look at.
Yellowstone. $20.
Pleasing composition, falls as offset. The time of day kills it. It's just that milky white sky, harsh midday light. There's no warm light, soft light, storm light, sweeping light. There's just nothing you can say good about the light.
And Hinja. $26.
Beautiful photo. Background is blurred as it should be. The eye and bill, rest of the head of the bird is in focus. The color is good. Composition is quite interesting. There's not a whole lot to change on this. Perhaps the maker could have filled in the upper right-hand corner with that green color to remove that triangle. Don't know if that would improve it, but that would be an option. Don't see a lot of other things that need to be done. The left-hand corner probably could be brought down, maybe even cropped to remove some of that negative space.
Cover Girl. $20.
uncharacteristically for me, I'm speechless. I'm not quite sure what to say about it. It obviously is a magazine cover, and congratulations to whoever shot it and got it on the cover of a magazine. That's a wonderful thing. As far as the image itself, the eyes appear to be sharp. I just would like to see. I would like to see it backed up a little bit so we can see a little bit of what's around it.
That's actually made, I made that myself, it's not a magazine cover.
Whimsical.